history of cricket down under
Out.
is as entertaining and unpredictable as an Australian cricket wicket. This historical journey
Beautifully bowled.
springs from the memories
What a catch!
of the world's cricketing elite
Oh, what a magnificent innings.
who have done battle on Australian soil.
Doesn't get any better than that.
These are the players' stories.
Good heavens, what an astounding catch.
It's a new millennium, and cricket is on the cusp of a new era.
Whoa, this is a special night for a brand of cricket that is thrilling everybody.
But it's also the end of an era as the curtain falls on significant careers.
Hayden and Langer go down in history.
There's a big hole in Australian cricket.
He inspires people.
Gilchrist has gone first ball.
That's the sort of cricketer that you want to be.
He's got him.
He was a magician.
Some of the game's most influential players take their final bows down under.
I'm going to play with all the guys. It's been a real pleasure and honour.
There it is.
I was uncontrollably crying. It was just all got to me at that point.
And I don't think you can ever replace those players. It was tougher after that.
When Pakistan arrived in Australia for 3 one-day internationals in June 2002, legendary fast bowler Wasim Akram had just turned 36. This would be his final tour of Australia, the end of an era.
Got him. Beautiful piece of bowling.
But even after an 18-year international career, Wasim was still regarded as one of the world's premier fast bowlers
Got him. That's the wicket they needed.
and dangerous late-order batters.
That's a good hit. That's going all the way through mid-wicket for 4.
Wasim Akram was certainly one of the world's best cricketers, probably the best all-rounder during the 90s.
Nicely driven. Wasim Akram. He's captain. He's the opening bowler. He's a hard-hitting batsman. He chased that like an 18-year-old and then threw it all the way back to the bowler.
He had adapted his game to suit the ever-changing landscape of world cricket and the ever-changing politics of Pakistani cricket.
I got forcefully retired from Test cricket by the chairman of Cricket Board. And then I was just playing one-day cricket for Pakistan. Whenever there was one-day series, I was bowling well. I was enjoying it, actually.
That wasn't the only change forced on him. Wasim had been captain on the 2 previous tours of Australia in 1996-97 and 1999-2000. For this tour, his longtime fast bowling partner, Waqar Younis, was given the job.
There it is, it's all over.
They had formed one of the most lethal bowling partnerships in cricket, playing together for 13 years and taking 1,705 wickets between them across the Test and one-day formats. But this strained their relationship.
Doesn't matter whoever is the skipper. You have to move on. You have to think bigger than yourself. I learned a bit late in life, but you admit your mistake, you learn from it, and then you move on. I accepted by then I had my time as a captain.
It was very Pakistan, the way the whole thing works. If you look at the number of captains that Pakistan have had, when Wasim first captained Pakistan and last captained Pakistan, I think there were 9 captains.
They took my captaincy away for 20 times in Pakistan in 10 years. Every time something happens, okay, Wasim is sacked, some other captain came in, random. But my job was to give confidence to young bowlers, follow the skipper. Waqar was the captain. Once whoever is the captain, you have to follow his lead and try to win.
And this tour was something Wasim had not experienced before. First, it was the middle of an Australian winter.
It was freezing. And I remember the first game, I looked like a Michelin man. I had jumpers on, I had thermals on.
The other new challenge was playing the first 2 matches of this series at an indoor stadium that usually hosted Australian rules football matches.
As a cricketer, it was very exciting because it was something very different. Never played in an indoor stadium, and that too a proper ODI game.
Well, it was the second series in a row where cricket's tried to be innovative. We've got the new roof stadium at the Docklands. They played South Africa the year before. It had been very successful. They'd got, I think, 20-odd thousand people, which was more than most grounds hold in England.
Pakistan was using these games to prepare for the 2003 World Cup in 8 months' time, testing their readiness against the best ODI team in the world.
Gone, straight down the throat of first slip.
It was one of the best Australian teams I think I played against.
There it is.
In the first match, Australia cruised to a 7-wicket victory with 17 overs to spare.
You just have to move on very quickly. We knew we had to win the second game, otherwise we lost the series.
The Australian player Pakistan needed to contain was opener Adam Gilchrist, who set up that first victory with 56 from 47 balls.
Sides must look at him and think, look, we've just got to get rid of him early or it's going to be a long day.
Waqar hands the ball to Wasim for the first over.
I was fired up at early night. I felt very light. You know, as a sportsman, when you feel light, it means you're relaxed, mentally and physically.
The in-form Gilchrist is on strike.
I remember the first game, we bowled a bit short early on. We weren't getting the hang of the pitch because it was the first time I think I was playing on a drop-in pitch. But the second game, I got the length right. And first ball of the innings, I visualized that first ball. I'm going to bowl middle leg and going to take away from Gilly. I still remember that ball.
A ball which takes even the commentators by surprise.
And waiting in earnest in the commentary position to open the batting for the 9 team. Bill Laurie and Ian Healy.
Thank you, Simon. The first ball gets in. Gilchrist has gone. First ball. Wasn't Akram the great fast bowler? Got it to move away off the pitch. Gilchrist gets the edge. And what a start from Pakistan.
Gilchrist, the most dangerous player. First ball, off my first over, caught behind. And getting out Gilly on a first ball of the innings was a massive deal. Massive deal.
Australia 1 for none, and captain Ricky Ponting arrives at the crease.
He was early on in his career, and I was kind of going towards decline, so I was focusing more on swing and seam. What a player he was. Unbelievable talent to watch. But early on, I troubled him a bit. He still says I was the most difficult bowler he faced. Yay.
Good fiery start.
I bowled him one delivery, and the second one I bowled slightly full in swing.
Oh, back pad is gone. There's his cock. Bow. It's 2 for none at Anil Stadium.
Inside edge, ought to hit pads, and I took a very good catch.
Darryl Hare's fingers up, Ricky Ponting's gone, and Akram, a brilliant catch. The captain's all over him.
Massive confidence to me as a bowler and to us as a team.
Ricky Ponting's gone. 3 balls now, it's 2 for none.
To knock over Gilchrist and Ponting the way he did was just typical Wasim Akram setting up his team's innings.
Left-hander on strike, swing it away. Oh, he squares him up. You won't see any better bowling than this from a left-arm fast bowler.
Australia takes 8 overs to make just 21 runs, and Wasim is lucky not to get Damien Martin out as well.
That's out. Yes, he's claiming it. Damien Martin standing his ground. I think I'll make you work for us now. No, the umpire's given him not out. Well, I don't agree with that.
Jimmy Ma is facing the next delivery.
That one's out.
And he caught behind, played a silly shot.
Wasim Akram's got his 3rd, and deservedly his 3rd wicket.
He had the ball on a string. He could swing it wherever he liked. He bowled quick. He had a nasty bouncer. He had everything.
It's been a superb spell from Akram, 6 overs, 3 for 13.
By the end of his career, Wasim was less quick, but a brilliant all-round bowler.
He was amazing, and even at that age, he's moving it both ways and still bowling good pace. He was incredible.
Damien Martin's 56 rescues Australia from a dire situation, taking the total to 167.
He played some exceptional innings for Australia, Damien Martin.
Pakistan struggle early against an attack dominated by the legendary Glenn McGrath and Shane Warne.
Oh,
that's out. Got him. Caught slip. Well bowled by Shane Warne. He's made the breakthrough.
Big wicket for Australia.
It was kind of difficult to win against Australian bowling attack on a seaming deck. Chasing even 170 at the time felt like 250.
That's good shotting.
But when Yunus Khan comes in, the match changes dramatically.
One of the greats of the game, Yunus Khan, 33, I think, odd test hundreds, the highest run getter for Pakistan, 10,000 plus runs, probably 100 odd test matches as well, and a very hard-working guy.
Oh, nice shot. Inside out over cover. One bounce over the rope. That's not an easy shot to play. Yunus Khan has played it superbly.
I knew this guy will go on and get runs for Pakistan and a lot of wins for Pakistan. And he showed in that particular game, under pressure, getting runs against one of the best bowling attacks in the world on a seaming deck was a massive deal for us.
Catch! Got him. Excellent catch. Batsman's tried to flick it through that vacant mid-on area. Pakistan's most experienced player comes to the crease.
Wasim joins Yunus Khan with the score at 7 for 131. The match is evenly poised.
People asked me over the years, you should have focused on your batting. I said, look, I wanted to be the bowler who can bat. If I focus my energies towards batter, I'd neither be a batter, I'd neither be a bowler. So that was my mindset.
He's got it away, he's got it fine. It's very well played, a lot of experience in that shot.
Wasim and Yunus take the score to 150. Only 18 runs are required, with more than 6 overs remaining.
Yeah, it's close. That's very close. I think he's got him. Direct hit, that looked out to me. He had to go around, but he probably should have went straight through him.
He certainly was put off by going around the bowler.
Despite the loss of Wasim's wicket and the return of McGrath to the attack, Yunus Khan patiently steers Pakistan to victory in the 49th over.
Over the top, there it is. Pakistan win. Big victory here at Colonial Stadium. Man of the match, Yunus Khan. Well played, not out 56. So we go to the Gabba on Wednesday, 1-all.
So that gave us a lot of confidence for the third game. And the weather was okay there in Brisbane, if I remember. It was, Queensland being a tropical kind of state. It wasn't as freezing as Melbourne.
Pakistan wins the toss and bats first. They struggle to 7 for 168 before Wasim comes to the crease.
Now this man, the former Pakistan captain, has got to try and recover.
Hit that beautifully through cover. 8 runs off the over. Good one for Pakistan.
He had now equalled India's Mohammad Azharuddin for most one-day internationals played, 344. And he marks the occasion with a decisive partnership with Mohammad Yusuf.
It's gone for over the top. Good value. It was short. McGrath thought he was going to charge. He didn't. Went for a pull shot to the top edge and it races away. Valuable runs for Pakistan.
Unorthodox at times. Not a great deal of foot movement, but very simple technique. Watch the ball closely and hit it hard.
Big hit. Could be out. Lee's down there. He's a whip it. Doesn't get to it.
He was unique and just unbelievable in what he could do. Just so much skill, so much talent.
The innings becomes famous for 2 consecutive shots.
I remember first was towards mid-off with shorter backlift.
That's a big hit. That's going a long, long way. That's superb he struck over mid-off.
And the second one I moved. I gave myself room to go towards extra cover, but I think instead of bowling a yorker, he bowled a length ball. And it was right in my slot. And I went towards mid-on and mid-wicket for massive 6.
It's gone again, and this is further. This is over long on. Way back she goes. 23 off the over. Superb hitting by the former captain. After 49 and 7 for 242.
Sorry, Paige. It was a very good innings by me.
I'd class him an all-rounder, probably more a bowling all-rounder without a doubt, but he was a destructive batsman. He could really, he could get hold of a few, hit a few sixes, get that scoreboard ticking over.
Well, he's now equalled Imran Nazir. Imran Nazir hit 2 sixes in his innings. Wasim Akram's done it in the same over.
That particular over popped up on my social media a couple of days ago.
Jason Gillespie bowls the final over.
That's nice. He played into the gap at backward point.
He could smack him. You always knew he was dangerous.
Chipped it nicely away, and it could well go for four. What a superb innings from Wasim Akram. He has played all the shot in the book. After 50 overs, Wasim Akram goes to 50.
Typical Wasim Akram. We all knew he could bat. You were never sure when he was going to put it together, but to his credit, I've seen him do it a number of times where Pakistan really needs him, and he delivers it.
Pakistan finished 7 for 256 from their 50 overs. Mohammad Yusuf is unbeaten on 61. But Wasim Akram has stolen the show, a record for a Pakistani number 9 batting against Australia in Australia.
I got 15 of 32 balls. Nobody had thought of it.
Pakistan then bowled the Australians out for only 165.
Give it in. That's it.
Wasim Akram's final performances in Australia contribute to a rare series win down under.
It is the Pakistan captain, very proud of that trophy, 2-1 victory over Australia.
8 months later, in the 2003 World Cup, he became the first bowler to take 500 wickets in ODI cricket. But Pakistan failed to make the second round, and Wasim was one of 8 players dropped by the Pakistan Cricket Board.
Getting dropped was not a problem, but I was the highest wicket taker for Pakistan in that World Cup. It was just, what I didn't like was this personal disliking of the chairman PCB. I mean, what do you know about cricket, man? You're an army guy. Come on, stick to your job like I stick to my job as a cricketer. But it was very sad. It was very disheartening.
Wasim retired soon after and eventually found a new career in the cricket media.
I remember when I retired, I was worried what I will do because I'm not a businessman. I don't know what to do. I only knew cricket. So my late wife, Huma, she is very instrumental. And both my wives, I mean, I've been lucky twice in my life. She said, you only know one thing, and that's cricket. So try to stay around cricket.
Wasim Akram played 356 ODIs and 104 tests over 19 years. He was man of the match in 22 ODIs and 17 tests. The man nicknamed the Sultan of Swing remains one of cricket's most influential players and popular characters.
I'd put him down as one of the best bowlers I've ever faced.
As a cricketer during my time, I don't think there was any better all-round cricketer I played against.
Wasim was one of the all-time greats, and he had everything. He inspires people. That's the sort of cricketer that you want to be.
Cricket has given me everything. I still revolve around cricket my life. No cricket, no me.
Got him. Beautiful piece of bowling and a great victory by Pakistan.
When Indian spin bowling legend Anil Kumble's career is nearly done, there's little left to prove.
His record speaks for itself. He was high class.
Except a series win in Australia.
That's out. That's beautifully bowled.
Kumble goes on a mission down under. When Anil Kumble captained India on a tour of Australia in the summer of 2007-8, he was already India's most successful bowler.
He's gone right through Michael Kastovich. Oh, he's walked across there. Yes, he's gone.
584 wickets in 121 matches.
He's a very intelligent cricketer.
He's got him. What a catch.
That's why he took so many wickets, not only in India, but overseas.
Got him. Caught bowled. A little lollipop catch back.
Kumble was a challenge. I mean, his record speaks for itself. He was high class.
Kumble had been captain for only a month and led India to a series win over Pakistan.
Anil Kumble, I thought, was very, very professional captain. He was very keen on trainings. He was very keen on discipline.
Well, that's got to be worth a shout. Good bowling once again, Anil Kumble.
He was a powerful influence on the changing room. He had total respect from all of the players. He's the guy that actually in one test match battled with a broken jaw in the West Indies. We knew it was broken, and then he bowled in the second innings.
In tough moments, he handled the team really, really well. And with so many superstars in the team, so many captains, it wasn't easy.
This Indian team was after an elusive prize. They had never won a test series in Australia.
The team you wanted to beat so badly was Australia.
The last time these sides met was a rare home defeat for India in late 2004. And Australia had since compiled a 14-test winning streak.
And the only way that India could reply was to play a great standard of cricket, but also to match fire with fire.
Kumble had just turned 37. This would be the end of an era. His final tour of Australia, his final opportunity to make history.
We're looking forward after a successful series win against Pakistan. We had a very experienced spin bowling attack. We had a very good captain. The batting was settled.
I guess for you to come here now as captain of India is an incredibly proud thing.
Oh, it is. It is very special. It's been really special the last 3-4 weeks or so. And really looking forward to this tour. I think we have the team and we have the potential, so it'll be a great series.
Ricky Ponting wins the toss and chooses to bat.
There's no doubt about it. You've got to take Australia on, haven't you?
Well, you have, and I think Anil, who leads the Indian side out here, he'll do that. I think he will look Australia in the eye. He loves competition. He's one of the great gentlemen of world cricket, but does love a bit of a tussle and a bat.
Kumble, as a player and as a person and as a leader, very determined, very competitive.
Kumble will need to fire up his attack to contain openers Phil Jakes and Matthew Hayden.
On, it's through gully. That's Kumble. Should have stopped that. It's bounced through him and it's reached the boundary as well.
It's a rare error from the veteran.
He's a very intense character. I mean, he expects everybody to be of his standards. He always gave 100%, and he expected 100% from everybody.
Hayden and Jakes are approaching half-centuries before lunch.
Catch, it's a cry. Won't catch that. It'll bring up 50 and it'll go all the way.
Kumble injects himself into the attack.
Well, straight away, one gets the feeling that Kumble is going to be hard to score off.
The bounce in Australia would have certainly helped his bowling.
He was extremely accurate, so you always were having to play the ball because the ball was buzzing around your stumps.
Well, I think he got a bit of bat on that. Back for the second. And so that's Matthew Hayden registering his half-century.
That Melbourne pitch wasn't what we expected. It was very flat, it was very slow. There was not a lot of bounce in that pitch.
Desperate for a wicket, the captain draws on his vast experience on foreign pitches.
That's out stumped, that's beautifully bowled. He never got back at any stage. Anil Kumble has produced a beautiful delivery.
Nice deception from the Indian captain. Phil Jakes goes for 66.
Kumble's 21st stumping breaks Subhash Gupta's record for an Indian bowler.
I would imagine a lot of those stumpings actually would have been just getting dragged out of your crease rather than running out of your crease. You know, so he kind of got you lunging at the ball with his fast spin.
Ricky Ponting is out there now. This is going to be very interesting. Here goes Kumble now to him.
He changed the way he bowled, especially away from home, using those variation, using those googlies and then mixing his pace up. I think that made him a lot different to what he used to be.
An inspired Zaheer Khan gets captain Ricky Ponting for only 4. And new batter Michael Hussey faces Kumble in the next over.
He didn't spin the ball huge, but he was just attacking all the time, just attacking the stumps, not giving you any loose balls.
Chair got him! Another one's gone! That's beautiful bowling by the skipper. India are on fire here at the MCG. A great comeback session.
Good bounce, quick through the air, so he didn't have a lot of time to adjust. Didn't have a lot of time to react to the ball off the pitch.
For a spinner, I think he got many leg before decisions. Honestly, I think if the umpiring was at its best and with the technology what we have, Anil would have got another 150 wickets easily.
3 for 165. Now Kumble must deal with the developing partnership of Michael Clarke and Hayden.
Matthew Hayden loves the Boxing Day Test match. It is not a love that goes unrequited. That is some 100.
I was always very aware with Anil in particular that you're playing to protect your stumps. But it didn't turn as much, or bounce, was there, but, I was very tall, so I could adjust to that.
The match is getting away from India again.
Nicely played.
And outside edge, and taken. It is.
Matthew Hayden is still there on 124.
That is it. Matthew Hayden has gone. Zahir Khan is a wicket taker. The Matthew Hayden wicket.
And have a look at them. The Indians are very, very happy with that.
Australia 5 for 241. Kumble comes up with a plan to curb dangerous middle order hitters Adam Gilchrist and Andrew Symonds.
That's what Symonds does so well.
I don't think Kumble will be put off by this because he's really had to reach out for that.
Got him! What a wicket! The captain strikes again, and a very good catch at mid-wicket. There goes Symonds. That puts India right in this first day.
Very different style of spinner. Took a while to get familiar with. When you batted against him, there's things that you can pick up on if you can survive, but that's the hardest thing, surviving those early deliveries.
Get another couple of wickets. I'm sure that's what Anil Kumble will be thinking. It's up in there. This will be one of them. Gilchrist is walking off. Tendulkar takes a comfortable catch, and Kumble has now got 4 wickets. Head first and out. Absolutely no hesitation from Mark Benson. It was the quicker one. It was out in front of the hand.
And Brett Lee is gone for a duck. Kumble has now got 5 for. It's 8 for 294.
It's Kumble's 10th 5-wicket haul in tests on foreign soil, but only the second time he'd done it on the first day. He rated it his finest spell overseas.
The usual pace of Anil Kumble would be around 90 to 95 kilometers. And I think he slowed it down considerably when he's bowling in England, when he's bowling in Australia. And that made him very difficult to face, and especially if you didn't read him from the hand.
By the morning of day 2, Anil Kumble has dragged India back into the match.
31-run partnership, very valuable runs. Well played, Clarke and Johnson, but a very good performance by India. They lost the toss. Australia were none for 135, and they bowled them out for 343 early on the second day. That's a wonderful performance.
India's highly rated batting lineup are unable to capitalise on their captain's extraordinary effort.
And that's the breakthrough for Brett Lee in Australia.
Only a fighting half-century from the great Sachin Tendulkar poses any threat.
Now remember, he was on 46. Listen to the roar because he's got the 50.
Beautifully played, sweep shot.
Struck it on. That's a huge wicket for Australia. It's the one they were after just before tea. It's Sachin Tendulkar, and once again, it is Stuart Clarke who delivers.
Kumble's wicket is controversial.
Lovely now. Gilchrist wants him, but Billy doesn't want to give him.
But after consulting the other umpire, Billy Bowden reverses his decision.
Ah, now hang on. A nod's gone the way of Kumble. It looks as if Kumble's been given out. I don't think Kumble's hit the ball.
For some decisions, we were disappointed.
India not happy at all, and rightly so.
The home side leads by 147, and that blows out even further when the Indians fail to restrict the Australian batters.
Full works it into the gap, and that brings up 51 for Michael Clarke.
But the captain is not done yet.
Got him. Beautifully bowled. Man on 73. That's superb spin bowling.
Yes, beat him in flight, and that's what you've got to do as a spin bowler.
But it's not enough, and Australia declare late on day 3.
And there's Ricky Ponting saying, come in, boys. We will declare with a lead of 498.
In their second innings, India's batting lineup again fails to put up any fight.
Got him! Well bowled, well played, Australia. They win by 337 runs. That is a hiding.
In terms of runs, it still stands as India's worst defeat in Australia.
You kind of thought, you know, what is he going to say to Sachin? What is he going to say to Saurav, who was a captain earlier? But he was somebody who could say anything to anyone if we had, you know, not a good day.
You must be disappointed after that.
Yes, I think the first inning was very crucial. I mean, having had Australia less than 350 on the first day, and then, you know, getting out for less than 200 was a bit disappointing.
India also lost the following test in Sydney, although a much closer contest. Kumble's leadership would be tested by poor umpiring decisions against India and the Monkeygate scandal, in which Australian Andrew Symonds accused Harbhajan Singh of racial abuse. India threatened to abandon the tour.
In those tough moments, I think he showed a lot of character, you know, backing his players and leading from the front.
He seemed a man that stood right behind his teammates, and he displayed that, you know, throughout that Monkeygate controversy as well. He was the leader of the team, and he stood right behind Harbhajan.
And bowled him. There it is.
India won the third test in Perth, stopping Australia from breaking their own record of 16 straight test wins.
Harbhajan out there with the Indian flag.
Kumble is the only Indian to take 600 test wickets. With the fourth test drawn, Australia held on to win the series 2-1.
It was always a challenge to come to Australia and do well. And the way we played cricket, we showed to the world that Indian cricket is here and competing against the best. And the way we played, I'm really proud. Thank you so much.
Later that year, at home, India beat the Australians 2-0 in a 4-test series. Kumble struggled with injury, but led his team in 2 of those tests. He retired immediately after that series.
If you really look into the Indian results over a period of time, Anil has been the biggest contributor from 1993 till 2007, when he retired. I think without Anil, India could not have achieved anything at that particular point in time.
When Anil Kumble's era ended, he was the only cricketer to have taken 10 wickets in a test innings and score a test 100.
He was a magician, and I would say one of the top bowlers of the last 2 decades, easily.
It's compulsory viewing when a trio of superstars take their final bows in the same game.
Every single person's on the edge of their seat. The bars are emptied.
The end is emotional.
I was uncontrollably crying. It was just all got to me at that point.
And nothing is the same again.
We had to work a lot harder to win test matches.
The Australian cricket team had a rare opportunity in the summer of 2006-07. Stung by an unexpected Ashes defeat in England in 2005, they were hungry for revenge at home.
My abiding memory when England won the Ashes, and it was extraordinary scenes, was of Ricky Ponting and his team standing down there on the outfield at the Oval, looking at England celebrating. He knew exactly what Ricky Ponting was saying to his players. You know, are you enjoying this? This is what we want?
The discussions were get England on the dirt, keep their foot on the throat, do not give them a sniff.
Pulled it in the air, comes McGrath, he won't drop this, he's a great outfielder. It's all over.
Australia have their revenge.
There it is, wonderful victory, wonderful innings.
Winning the first 3 tests to regain the trophy.
It's all over. The end returns to Australia.
If you had any knowledge at all of what drives people like Ricky Ponting and Matthew Hayden, you knew what was coming. You knew what was coming, but England, for some reason, didn't seem to.
Facing a demoralised England, the home side saw a chance to be the first Australian team to sweep an Ashes series since 1921. But the sense of occasion became even greater when two of Australia's all-time great bowlers announced after the third test in Perth that this would be their final test series.
Shane and I spoke before the Perth test and we'd let each other know that we were going to announce our retirements, but we didn't want to do it while the series was still live.
In the fourth test at the MCG, Shane Warne claimed a world record with his 700th test wicket.
Got him! There it is! Wicket number 700!
And Australia won by an innings and 99 runs.
Got him! There it is! Bowled out!
The final test at the SCG would be Glenn McGrath's homecoming.
And I felt like the pressure almost came off a little bit in Melbourne and Sydney, and it became more of a celebration.
On the eve of the match, stoic Aussie opener Justin Langer decided he was bowing out too, calling time on Australia's most successful opening partnership with close mate Matthew Hayden.
I think the clear aspect with these two was their mateship. It was more than just good pals. It was nearly like a brotherly love and respect.
And that's it. So Matthew Hayden hits the winning run.
There's a real anxiety around it. Just knowing that you've had so much time together, so much brotherhood. So it's really hard to actually be the one sitting out from it.
The stage had been set for the end of an incredible era. After a brief rain delay, England captain Andrew Flintoff wins the toss and decides to bat.
We picked ourselves up. We got one test match left, which we can give everything we've got for these 5 days. It'd be nice to take something away with us.
This match is going to be an emotional roller coaster for both sides.
I'd had me fill of Australia by then. It didn't start very well in Brisbane, and by Sydney I was ready for home.
Wonderful ovation for Glenn McGrath, Shane Warne and Justin Langer.
You got packed SCG, they all coming there to see a couple of guys hang their boots up and really get behind it. Yeah, it was amazing.
England gets an early reprieve as Justin Langer has a rare lapse in the field.
He's seen one chance hit the deck. Whoa.
Ian Bell and Kevin Peterson ignite the innings with a 100-run partnership. Ricky Ponting deploys McGrath and Warne to curb the scoring.
Kevin Peterson has taken 95 balls to get to 36, so runs haven't been easy to come by.
Kevin Peterson was such an enigmatic player, enormous talent. He had a presence at the crease. Always the wicket you had to get because he's the one that could take the game away from you.
That's in the air, and that's out. Well, there we are. He's gone for one too often. McGrath has struck.
McGrath's won the battle.
Top-edged it a little bit, running back. I remember thinking this is a very important catch. I've got to hang on to this.
High on the edge and an athletic catch taken by Hussey. The third English wicket gone now for 166. It's a big one.
Ian Bell falls for 71. Paul Collingwood and captain Andrew Flintoff continue into day 2, where they're let off the hook again by Langer.
Beautiful delivery. Oh, did a carry. Langer. Wow, it's his last test match. He's been catching beautifully. Dropped one in the early overs and it went to hand. It's very sharp.
But for Collingwood, the tour has shaken his confidence.
Simple fact is, it's not easy because there's a real kind of mental battle all the way through an Ashes series from what had gone on before, that all the belief has been soaked out of you as a player. You've got doubts as players individually, how are you going to win the little battles?
Gone! Beautiful bowling, McGrath. This one moved away off the seam.
An absolute beauty, and Collingwood can't believe it. He's walking back for 27. It's 5 for 245.
Now the field's up. What will Flintoff look to do here? Will he go big?
Catch.
He will, and he gets it with one hand. Doesn't time it, but he gets the boundary he wanted.
Flintoff is harnessing this emotional ride, but for others, it's a disruption.
Full pitch. Just short, hard volley to Justin Langer, terrorised at third slip in this match so far.
I wondered whether Langer dropping 3 catches was him being caught up in the emotion of the occasion.
Flintoff runs out of partners on 89.
Slips. Yes, he's gone. It's all over. 1,000 international wickets for Shane Warne. England bowled out for 291.
Even though his 3 dropped catches cost a total of only 10 runs, there is a sense of urgency about Justin Langer when Australia begins the chase.
Got it away. It's well played. It's short. Plays that full shot superbly.
You'd probably have to say he wasn't the most naturally talented player. I mean, you look at guys like Ricky Ponting, Shane Warne, Adam Gilchrist, probably more naturally talented. But as far as determination and just grit.
Oh, that was uppishly played, but it's wide of the wide middle, and it's 1 for 4.
And wanting to hang in there and survive and thrive.
Oh, that's well played. That's a lovely square drive.
He was probably one of the toughest guys going around.
Short and wide outside off stump and smashed away down to the boundary for 4.
He'd scored 26, I think, at a run a ball and was really flying.
Oh, that could well be out. Did he glove it down the leg side? Yes, he did. Alim Dar had a good look and in the end nodded his head.
Langer, in his second last Test match innings, is gone for 26.
Justin, what's going on here? And once again, you wondered if it was the occasion, that he's absolutely flying because he's so wound up with the occasion, and that may have contributed to his downfall.
Australia's other batters also struggle.
Got him. Yes, he has.
Until Adam Gilchrist takes charge and finds an unlikely partner in a feisty number 8.
What I do remember about Warne when he went out to bat was just how amped up he was.
Get the bat on it, or they'll run down towards the boundary and make it there too.
I think he'd had a couple of Red Bulls before he went out there, and he was chatting to the English, like chirping up.
Bobby, shut up, mate.
And then he just goes on one almighty sledge of how I didn't deserve an MBE and all this kind of stuff.
Wants your MBE for making 7. Hand it back.
And I was like, wow, this is brutal.
Oh, hello. How's about that?
He was getting stuck into the bowlers, he was getting stuck into fielders, and he was playing shots. It was crazy to watch. I mean, he batted so well, but he was he was all over the place, really.
Gilchrist's 50 comes from 59 balls, and Warne is scoring even faster.
54 runs in 7 overs, and Panesar's been quite tight.
Warne's on strike, mind you. Here he goes. There he goes. Really good footwork.
Here he goes. Bang. Big hit over the top. She goes all the way. Short boundary. Big hit.
He's having a field day out there in his final Test match.
Gilchrist races to 62 and Australia 318.
Gone for it. Was an edge? I don't think so on this. Yes! That was a long time. A very long time. That didn't sound like an edge to me.
There's no way in the world he hit that. This is the one bloke in the world that I'm confident would walk when he hits it.
After lunch, even as more wickets fall, England considers the unthinkable prospect of Shane Warne batting them out of the game.
He's on 49. Field not spread, a reasonable field. 2 slips are going in. Bang! What a way to do it. Through cover. Tremendous ovation. He's 12.50. Couldn't hit any better than that.
I think he scored like the fastest 50 or something and just kept looking around to me and just smirking. Yeah, it was tough to take.
There he goes, straight down the ground, 1, 2, 3 bounces, 4. Too wide, there it goes, it's 4 more. Warne goes to 70, the lead's 100.
Warne's chance for a first Test century in his final match will come down to a most unlikely batting partner.
Well, this is really nicely set up now. Glenn McGrath and Shane Warne together in the middle.
Yeah, I don't think it could get any better.
Can Glenn McGrath hang around with him? What do you think, Mark?
Oh, what I think is that every single person's on the edge of their seat. The bars are emptied.
And gone. He's stumped. He was always going to come down and go for the big one. He thought, well, if I'm going to get 100, I really have to keep pressing on. What a mighty innings in his final Test match here at the Sydney Cricket Ground.
At the end of the day, I think he was a competitor and he wanted to win on the field. That was his thing, you know, but he did have an awareness of what was going on around him. He knew that the whole world was watching him, you know, with the hair and the earring, and, you know, he played up to that. No question about that.
Australia all out for 393, a lead of 102.
Well, that was a bit of fun, I suppose. To get that those runs was very crucial in the game. To get a 100-run lead was very, very important.
In this case, they get almost 400 without a century, so that is unusual, remarkable for cricket, really.
What follows for the rest of Day 3 is utter collapse, as the new pace generation of Brett Lee and Stuart Clark tear into England's top order.
Save, but Klein went on strike, and that was a brilliant catch at gully.
Lee and Clark were terrific in that series, and both New South Wales boys, so they would have both been lapping up the atmosphere and the cheering, and both at their peak.
For the final time in his Test career, Shane Warne joins the attack as the dangerous Flintoff tries to rescue the innings again.
That's out. I think he's actually overbalanced. He's dragged his back foot. And there's a nod from square leg. Well, Shane Warne has struck.
It wasn't like he was trying to smack the ball out of the park. He's trying to defend it, and he's just been dragged out of his crease because the ball's dropped on him. And nice, quick stumping by Gilly, and he's out by a fraction.
He's gone. So, an awesome delivery. How often has Shane Warne been able to achieve the breakthrough right at the end of a day's play?
Play resumes on Day 4 with a special moment.
The Aussies just gathering around for that last little chat together as this unit. Bear in mind there are 3 of that group that won't be doing this again.
Probably didn't notice it as much in the first innings. It was probably more the second innings where it was going to be the last time that the Australian public and the English public were going to see these 3 great champions on a Test match arena.
Gone! First over McGrath in his final Test match gets Kevin Peterson, and it's 6 for 114.
It was difficult to tell who was more excited, McGrath, his teammates, or the crowd. It was just one of those great moments.
One more milestone remains.
A combination, McGrath and Warne have got 999 Test wickets in the games that they've played together. So it would be nice if they could finish on the even 1,000 as a combination.
Oh, not him. There's the off-cutter. There's the 1,000 between Warne and McGrath. And what an emphatic way to bring it up. Knock over the castle.
I love Glenn McGrath. I mean, as a character and as a person. The great people are so consistent with their emotions. And, OK, yeah, he got a bit hot and flustered in the middle, but off the field, he was always so calm and in control, having a laugh, always keeping the vibe around the team enjoyable and relaxed.
Well, we've just had a huge cheer at the SCG. And the reason for that is that man is coming on. Shane Warne is into the attack from the northern end of the ground.
They were 9 down, and Warne was bowling from the Paddington end. I was bowling from the Renwick end, and it was funny, I did an interview before the match started, and they asked me if you could take one thing out of today, what would it be? And I said if I could take a wicket on my last ball in Test cricket, I'd be pretty happy.
Well, the crowd out there, I think, has gone for the first time in this game, deathly quiet.
And I bowled a slower ball to Jimmy Anderson, which he didn't pick, and he hit it straight up in the air to mid-on.
Now then, Michael Hussey takes the catch. Glenn McGrath takes the final wicket.
And Mike Hussey was standing there and just took an easy catch. So to get my wish come true was pretty amazing.
Just couldn't be scripted better for him. Warne had all the glory in Melbourne, and now McGrath can have it at the Sydney Cricket Ground. They come together.
Then we're walking off the ground. You know, Shane and I were arm in arm waving to the crowd. Yeah, it was an incredible moment.
These are the men who have done the job on England, who have been bowled out for 147.
So it was an end of an era for these guys, but for us to be on the receiving end was very tough.
Warne, Langer, McGrath walk off the field for the last time as Test match cricketers. I was so emotional.
Australia left with a target of only 46 to win. Now it's Justin Langer's chance to savour the occasion.
Great days for the game, and England have formed a guard of honour.
When England formed their guard of honour and Justin walked through it, I was just uncontrollably crying. It was just all got to me at that point. Plus, you actually got to then go out and bat.
And then you're just hoping that they can get the job done. You know, you're thinking, please, it'll be a perfect finish for Alfie to be out there to hit the winning runs with his big mate, Matty Hayden.
46 to win the Ashes by 5-0. And he's away.
They'll run 3. If it doesn't get to the boundary, it's got to the boundary.
Fine shot 4. That's Justin Langer, his best. It's always very good square of the wicket.
The very final time that we spoke together in the middle, I asked him whether he wanted to hit the winning runs, and he said, "What do you got planned?" I can distinctively remember saying to him, "I think I can take him this over." And he went, "Go for it." 6.
There he goes. Oh, beautifully struck, going a long way. It could go all the way. Yes, it does. You beauty. 6 over the line. Scores are level, so they should win by 10 wickets.
It was a fitting farewell to 3 unbelievable custodians of cricket. But I think from an Englishman's point of view, I would like to have sent them off with a bit more of a tougher contest.
Victory by 10 wickets. Can't do any better than that. 5-0, Langer not out, Hayden not out. The end of a wonderful partnership.
And that was it.
12 on the top of Australia. Just too good.
It was wonderful, and Langer and Hayden were there at the end. Great mates, one of Australia's most successful opening partnerships.
Hayden and Langer go down in history. They'll be one of the best opening partnerships of all time.
Justin Langer averages just over 45 in his 105 tests, including 23 centuries and 30 half-centuries.
And then the England players, you could see that they were patting Langer on the back. It was more than just a perfunctory handshake.
You had 3 players who deserved all of the adulation. They were immense for Australia.
Shane Warne finished his 15-year Test career as the leading wicket-taker in history with 708. Glenn McGrath took 563 wickets in 124 tests at an average of 21.6.
Just a pleasure to play with someone like Glenn McGrath. He's been an unbelievable player, and to play with him has been a real pleasure. And to play with all the guys, it's been a real pleasure and honour.
And I remember walking around the SCG at the end. We all had our kids with us, walking around the crowd, sort of waving to the crowd. It was pretty amazing.
They've been so determined to win this series and win it well, and to win it 5-0 here with my teammates like that, it's just, cannot get any better than that.
Almost a bit surreal seeing three guys at the same time disappear. It was a big hole in Australian cricket.
And I don't think you can ever replace particularly Warne and McGrath. They're two generation players. And it was tougher after that. I mean, we had to work a lot harder to win Test matches.
Australia have won the Ashes by 5-0. That's only ever been achieved once in history before. They've raised the bar in the world game.
There were some amazing scenes at the SCG. To cheer those guys off the ground and to celebrate, it was the end of an era from what had been one of the most dominant, if not the most dominant era of cricket for Australia ever.